welcome back to my channel. I know it's been like what, 2 weeks? I'm so sorry. Okay, let me just give you a little breakdown. I have been insanely busy and I have zero time management skills. I do not know how to organize my life ever. And so I have been really struggling to get these videos done, and that is why I don't have any recaps from the past 2 weeks. And I'm so sorry because you know what? As sad as this is, like I wrote notes to do a video and then I just never filmed it. Side note, if you guys have any like sort of time management skills that you guys swear by, let me know down below. But I am back finally for another recap review of this week's Bachelorette. I'm gonna touch on a couple like key things from the last 2 episodes because I feel so bad for Dean, you guys. But finally, we are down to our last 3 guys. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm a little bit confused. I don't even really know who I like anymore for Rachel, if any of them. So let's get started. Okay, so first and foremost, like I said, I feel really sad for Dean. I feel like Dean exposed a side of himself that he really struggled with, and then Rachel just let him go home. I don't know if there are things that we didn't see. I don't know if there was some sort of like lack of connection between Rachel and Dean that I missed, and maybe that's why she let him go. But I felt really sad for Dean. I don't know. The whole Dean situation, I just, I feel so sad for him, and I hope that he finds a really good girl. But Dean's gone, so let's talk about this week's episode. They're all in Dallas. They have to do things a little bit different because Rachel's sister is very pregnant and she can't travel being that pregnant. So each one of the guys met Rachel's family this episode. Peter meets Rachel's family first. He opens up in front of her family and says that he realizes where his relationship stands with Rachel and that he is afraid of losing her, and he ultimately does not want to lose her. However, he didn't want to ask for her hand in marriage yet because he feels like an engagement is marriage. He wanted to take it slow and make sure that their relationship is super solid before entering into that other stage. I understand that that's probably the responsible thing to do. You know, you want to date the person a little bit more and you want to make sure that you're in for the long haul. However, I understand from Rachel's point of view too, it's like she took time out of her daily life to be on this show, not just to get publicity, but to ultimately meet someone and fall in love with them and get married to them. You know, I don't know. I think if I was Rachel, I'd have my guard up too, and then I'd start questioning things like, are you not exactly sure about me? Are there things that you don't see in me that are marriage material? So when it came time to Peter explaining himself to Rachel's mom, he said that he just wanted to make sure that everyone knew how serious he was about this, and that when it came time to proposing, that's that. Like, that's his wife and there's no going back. And her mom did appreciate that in the end, but again, like, I understand why I felt like everyone had their guard up. I'm not so sure they were really actually expecting that. I get it, but then I don't. How about you guys? When it came time to Eric seemed to be super nervous. He does touch lightly on his family life growing up and how he longs for this connection with someone and that he wants to find love and he wants to be in love and be married, that this is not something he's used to. He's definitely not used to expressing his feelings. I do appreciate Eric's honesty because I feel like this is more common than what we know. I think that there are people out there that are definitely not used to expressing themselves or have maybe been told that they aren't allowed to express themselves, and so therefore they're kind of like shut down or like just removed from the situation, and then ultimately they don't really give anything their all because they're just not used to it, or they're insecure, or it's just different. He is not the type of guy that takes girls home. I don't know, did he say he'd never taken a girl home? Or maybe he took one girl home. He's expressed that he's not the type of guy that shows his feelings to girls, that he doesn't have a lot of girls, that I think he said he's never been in love before. So this is a massive step for Eric, and he's admitting it. He's admitting it to the whole family. And because of that, I know Rachel's sister was really insecure and she felt like maybe they were at 2 different places, because here Eric's saying he's never loved anyone, and then here her sister is on a show ready to find love and ready to find a husband. But I think with Eric's honesty, it really did actually convince Rachel's mom that he does ultimately want this. And so when it came time to Eric asking, she did give him her blessing. Okay, and then it came time to Brian meeting the family, but first Brian met some of her really good friends, and just like what we all I think kind of think Brian is definitely a charmer. He's definitely able to express his feelings and express what he wants, and what girl doesn't want that? I feel like her friends were really into him too. I mean, seems like a great guy. When it came time meeting her family though, things were just a little bit different. So I feel like her family got the heads up that Brian's mom, that's something I forgot to talk about, Brian's mom and that whole situation. I think that everyone got the impression that Brian's mom was just, let's just say, way too overbearing. So Rachel's mom just gets down to the point and asks Brian where his mom lies within their relationship. As we all know, Brian had some issues in his last relationship, and ultimately what he told us was that his mom and the ex-girlfriend didn't get along, and therefore their relationship didn't work out. Rachel's entire family wants to make sure that Rachel, if he does indeed marry Rachel, that Rachel is his main priority. Brian says if he marries Rachel, Rachel is number one, that Rachel will be his family, but who knows? I don't know about you guys, but when I was watching last week's episode when Brian brought Rachel home, oh my God, I was uncomfortable during that entire hometown date. His mom is just not nice. Rachel's really upset with her entire family because she feels like they are questioning him way too much, and she feels it's all so uncomfortable. Ugh, I get it. If Rachel can't be the bad guy by like making sure where she stands, then let your family do it. Make sure your family steps in and says, hey Brian, we gotta know, are you gonna be there for Rachel, or are you gonna be put in a situation where you have to choose your mom or Rachel? Because no one needs that. I am in complete agreement with Rachel's family. Brian seems pretty understanding though, and he says that those are all really like logical and reasonable questions. So at least maybe there's something in the back of Brian's head that says, I'm 37 years old and maybe I need to learn stuff for myself and not continue and have my mom baby me. And of course, Brian wants Rachel's mom's blessing, and at first she's a little bit hesitant, but she does give him her blessing. Okay. Here is where the good stuff really starts. So it's now time for the fantasy suite dates. They're in Spain, and the first person that gets to go on a date is Eric. They go on a helicopter ride, and Rachel just feels it's very important for her to see this side of Eric, like this deeper emotional side of Eric, because she doesn't want to jump into the fantasy suite date unless she feels like, you know, he's in it. And she does. She wants to know Eric's feelings. She wants to know that he's in love with her or falling in love with her, or is just at least on the right path. He does let Rachel know that he is falling in love with her. And from there, of course, she asks him to join her to the fantasy suite, and they wake up together and they seem super happy and they seem really connected, and I feel like Rachel got what she needed from Eric. And then Peter, this took a weird turn for me because I really liked Peter and I felt like Peter was my number one, and now I'm with Rachel right now. I don't even know if I like Peter anymore. They go to a winery in Spain. I would kill to go on that date. Rachel, if you decide that you don't want any of those guys and you just want some girlfriends to come out and meet you in Spain, I will hop on a plane right now and I will join you and we will go wine tasting and have fun. Comment down below if you want to join me on a flight and go to Spain and go hang out with Rachel. They go to this vineyard. They meet this old man who is so sweet and he owns the vineyard. So that same man gifted them with their own personal wine cellar. Their wine cellar is named after them. On this date, Rachel really wanted to talk to Peter about how he felt about a proposal. He was super unsure, asking her mother for her blessing because he felt like engagement meant marriage. There's like no turning back from that. He really wanted to make sure and be serious about the person he proposed to because he said that's it. He only wants to do it once and be done. Like I was saying earlier, I get that, but then I also don't. 50% of me says, yes, that's the real responsible way of doing things. Understanding that maybe dating throughout this Bachelorette process isn't enough, and maybe you need to date a little bit more to make sure that you guys are solid, that you're going to be married and actually be one of the few couples that last. But then again, I understand Rachel's perspective of like, she's on this show to find someone and to find her husband. So if he's, I guess, maybe doubting it now, well, there's two other guys here that would love to marry her. They have this talk. He says an engagement is a marriage, and she says that's not how she feels. She didn't take the time out to just get publicity and have fun. She took the time out maybe for a little bit of that, but also because she wanted to find a husband. She doesn't want to be at the end of this process and say, great, I took all this time out to have a boyfriend. I get it. I understand it's probably really responsible of Peter, but then again, I'd feel pretty unwanted if I were her. At the end of this episode, they're sitting there. Rachel looks like she's gonna bawl her eyes out. I think Rachel probably feels like, well, I gotta let him go. He doesn't know if he wants to marry me. 2 other guys would love to marry me. Why am I gonna wait for this one? I'm with you, girl. I hate to say this, but I feel like it's time to cut Peter. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you guys agree with me that Peter just maybe is not ready for marriage and that maybe Eric and Brian are a better choice for her. Let me know which guy you really want for Rachel, or if any of them. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the final episode. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm sorry that I've not been super consistent this past season. I need to get my time management skills in order. I promise though, I will be back for the finale. I will not do that to you guys. Promise. If you guys are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I do post videos every single week, minus the past 2 weeks. And thank you guys always for watching. I do have so much fun with you guys recapping and reviewing these episodes. Oh wait, next week is the Men Tell All. Do you guys want a recap of that? Do you guys want to do a thoughts and opinions video? Let me know if you guys would be interested in that sort of video about the Men Tell All. If not, I'll figure out something else to film. Regardless, let me know down below what you guys want, what you guys feel, if you guys agree with me, if you think I'm crazy, and I will see you guys all next week. And then obviously for the finale in 2 weeks. All right, bye guys.